Okay, so this is the UNSC vote, right?
This is the UN General Assembly.
General Assembly vote.
हाँ जी, 35
Now,
countries
you add up all the abstentions, absence, and againsts.
Yeah.
It adds up to 4.42 billion people.
Shabash.
That is
Yeah.
that is 55.8, 56% of the world's population has either supported Russia
Or
or
abstain.
abstained from condemning Russia.
Wow.
The 141 countries that opposed Russia
Yeah.
equal exactly 42% of the world's population. क्या moral majority है boss तुम्हारी?
Yeah.
So it's perfectly fine making up all these narratives and myths, but the fact remains that apparently most of the people in the world seem to be supporting Putin in this.
Yeah.
Because remember, every time Modi wins an election, they'll say he did not get 60% of the vote. But when Trudeau wins the election, they don't mention that Andrew Scheer got the majority of the vote.
Yeah.
तो इनका जब ये गोल पोस्ट शिफ्टिंग होते रहता है, you can today claim ना that 56% is pro Putin.
Yes.
56 of the
Abhijit, the problem is on that they will come
Putin.
back and say that, oh, there was no poll of the survey of the nation or stuff like that. How can you make that claim? I'm just trying to play devil's
And also the other thing that I also want to just add to Kushal's point is that it's also possible that while they may or may not agree with what Putin is doing, right, in Ukraine by illegally invading another sovereign country, however, these countries are completely aware of how many times Western powers have done this exact same thing to quote unquote uncivilized countries, whether that's in South America, the number of regime change operations in South America, whether that's more recently in the Middle East. So it's completely possible that the countries feel like, yaar, ye to karte hi rehte hain, humko kyun gaaliyan pad rahi hain?
And there's this thing that, I think a lot of the admiration or whatever, and I'm seeing outright admiration for Putin. I don't think it's right, but well, it's happening. Stems from the fact that the West has lost so much credibility and goodwill over the years doing this kind of shit. So nobody is willing to take them seriously anymore. They are self-serious, like the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, which is neither democratic nor the people's nor a republic. These guys have decided they are the storehouse of the world's virtue. Yeah. So it's like the egalitarian people's brothel of the European Union.
Yeah.
Where it is neither the people's nor is it egalitarian, but it is a brothel. And if you look at it technically, the EU is the most undemocratic institution you can find because it's completely bureaucratized. The way in which the entire system is run without the input of the people at all.
Yeah.
Through NGOs and things like that, which completely make a mockery of one man, one vote. This is what you get. So it's perfectly fine. I mean, if Russia can pick up, today the news is coming in that Macron spoke to Putin and Putin seemed completely unfazed. He just told him, look, we're there to denazify and demilitarize. It's going to happen anyway, without your consent or with your consent. It's better you get on board and behave yourselves or else. And mind you, in Kiev, there is going to be a massacre. In Kharkiv, there is going to be a massacre. Wow. Do you want to show the video that I've sent you?
I don't think we can. I think my channel will get deleted.
Okay.
Yeah.
What it shows is basically a lot of dead people trying to escape Mariupol.
Yeah.
And the Azov battalion, which is the Nazi battalions, coming and killing off these anybody They're not even bothering to find out if you're Ukrainian or Russian or whatever. They're just killing you if you try to leave.
There
So
are
they're
also, by the
literally
way,
using-
US expats that are reporting. I think it was Kurt Ehrlich or someone who shared this on Twitter, that US expats are sharing news that ever since Zelensky announced that criminals will be let out of jails and they'll be given weapons to fight the Russian army, since then, even in areas where there is no Russian army, wahan par you can hear shooting all night, and you are seeing a massive increase in robberies and rapes that these released criminals are doing.
Who would have thought that could happen when you release criminals out of jail?
And give them guns.
People are saying India abstained, India abstained, India abstained. First of all, each and every person to bring down foreign policy to what the West thinks is right and wrong. I mean, just go fuck yourselves. Seriously. Seriously, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
I mean,
100% endorse that view.
Galwan happened. What did the West do? And then the
20
West has
साल
evolved.
से देखो कितना टेररिज्म हो रहा है जम्मू कश्मीर में, कितने सिविलियंस मरे हैं, कितने सिक्योरिटी फॉर पर्सनल मरे हैं. क्या करता है वेस्ट? बायलैटरल इशू है.
देख, जब चाइना ने सबको वुहान देके कवर अप किया, what did the West do? They went out of their way to see to it would not appear on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or anything.
Yes.
When China threw up to 2 million Muslims into concentration camps in Xinjiang, what did the West do? Maximum New York Times ने एक expose चलाया बस.
That's it.
कुछ हुआ? हाँ.
अरे भैया, Nike, Adidas, everybody's working there. Disney's working there. They're all working.
Yeah.
वो छोड़ो ना,
country.
these fucking idiots, and I can only swear right now, they say, oh, Dostoevsky नहीं पढ़ाएंगे हम लोग. What the fuck is this? You want to see bullshit? I mean, I'll show you bullshit. This is grade A bullshit. I mean, Sonal just tweeted this out. What the fuck is this? International Cat Federation bans Russian cats from competitions. Go fuck yourselves, man. Seriously? And then the West says, why don't people take us seriously anymore?
You remember that tweet? I can't find it anymore, but I saw this tweet of some Western commentator saying that there are no such thing as innocent Russians anymore. That you're
guy,
either wherever you are in the world, if you're a Russian, if you're not out in the streets protesting against what Putin is doing, we do not trust you and we should take action against you. This is the literal textbook definition of xenophobia. आपको याद है? Do you remember, Kushal? This is a real tweet. I'm not making this up. Yeah.
कुत्ता है कुत्ता.
Yeah, this is a real tweet.
कुत्ता ही बोलना चाहिए जो ऐसी हरकतें करता है.
Yeah. This is the textbook definition of xenophobia. ये और कुछ नहीं है. That's exactly what it is.
And mind you, all of this goes against Twitter's hate speech policy. But they're allowing it.
Yeah. Another thing I want to point out really quickly.
And Facebook's hate speech policy, and they're allowing
Gandu ने delete कर दिया tweet Sham.
Oh, he deleted it. Of course.
किसी ने screenshot नहीं लिया.
अरे यार मैंने नहीं लिया यार.
Yeah. Somebody must have taken it, but it will be hard to find.
McFall करके कोई था.
Yes.
Oh, Michael McFall.
Yes, that's correct. उसी ने बोला था.
I'll tell you the story of Michael McFall.
लॉर्डुद्दीन चिश्ती साला.
He was the ambassador to Russia. And he was a joke in Russia. The Russians used to laugh. They thought he was an insult. They thought he was an insult to them perpetrated by Obama on them. कि ओबामा को कोई serious diplomat नहीं मिला, तो when he used to come into a room, people literally used to start laughing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And one more thing I want to point out is that you see all these sanctions that are happening against Russia, and I understand what Russia has done. I think we've pointed this out before. What Russia has done is patently illegal by invading another sovereign country. That much is crystal clear and should be crystal clear. But the sanctions that we're seeing right now, I understand them.
He's apologized for it. I used language in the tweet that I regret. I deleted it. I should have been more precise. I made a mistake, but I have no regrets about the argument. I have no regrets about the argument.
About the argument. Interesting.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the apology for?
He can go fuck off.
Yeah,
really.
What the fuck
These
is the
people can
apology
really
for
go
them?
fuck off. कोई शर्म नहीं है इन लोगों को. बकवास करते जा रहे हैं साले. और इसको देखो, ये हमारे एक्सपर्ट्स को देखो, एक एक्सपर्ट देखो. मेरे को कोई लेना देना नहीं है ये अमेंडा टेलर कौन है उससे. तो ये मैडम ट्वीट करती है, आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई इंडिया, द वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट डेमोक्रेसी, इज वोटिंग फॉर एंटी डेमोक्रेसी एंड अनराइचियसनेस at the UN General Assembly. I get the friendship, But even Karna learned that sticking with friends over righteousness led him to fighting against Krishna at Mahabharata. Oh, just shut up. Please leave our cultural nuances out of this.
Yeah.
Just shut the hell up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Irritating लोग हैं यार ये लोग. इनको कुछ पता नहीं है हमारे कल्चर के बारे में.
I got the screenshot. I want you to put up the screenshot.
Oh, there you go.
डालो ठोको सालो.
डाल ठोको. दिखा भाई.
Michael Maklavdu.
हाँ ये वही है, मकलड़ू ही है ये.
Michael Maklavdu.
और I hope ये सुनता है हमको चूतिया साला.
Look at this. Look at what he said. There are no more innocent, neutral Russians anymore. Everyone has to make a choice. Support or oppose this war. The only way to end this war is if hundreds of thousands, not thousands, protest against this senseless war. Putin can't arrest you all. Acha ji. Very nice. Where were these?
एक-एक करके सुनाएंगे यार. एक-एक करके पैन दी है ना दी.
Yeah.
आई अवे.
But that's what I'm saying. Number one.
ये देख इसको देख. Pretty predictable. But India and Pakistan should hang their heads in shame and henceforth receive not a penny piece in aid from the UK. तू अपना टकला भोसड़ी के अपनी गांड में डाल. तेरा देश भैंचोद हम लोग से पूरे पैसे लूट के गया भैंचोद. अभी गाली नहीं देनी चाहिए ऐसे लोगों को. चूतिया साला.
Seriously.
वो तो पैसे पहले लाओ सालो. चूतियों.
Yeah.
शर्म नहीं आती.
Like honestly, two things. Number one, so if all of the Americans who did not come out on the streets and protest against their government's actions in Latin America, their government's actions in Iraq, and their government's actions in Afghanistan, should they be hanged for treason? All of those millions of Americans, should they be hanged for treason? Number one. Number two, ye Russia pe jo sanctions lag rahe hain, completely understand these sanctions. However, at the same time, you have a country like China that has foisted the Wuhan virus upon the world. You have a country like China, which has basically interned, millions, around 2 million Uyghur Muslims in re-education camps. They're destroying their culture whole scale. Daadi rakhna allowed nahi hai, Muslim kapde pehenna allowed nahi hai, azan bajana, kuch bhi karna allowed nahi hai inko. And have we seen even a lick of sanctions against these countries? In fact, Western countries and Western companies are bending over backwards to accommodate what the Chinese want to do. If there is a movie that is made in Hollywood that shows homosexual scenes, those scenes are always deleted from the Chinese version of those movies. Always. If there is something that upsets China, it will be deleted from even the American version of that movie.
Yeah.
This is the level of the West when it comes to sanctions and standing up for what is correct. This is not to defend Russia, but it's important to point out.
All of this is because I'm not even a fan of Russia. और साला मुझे उनको डिफेंड करना पड़ रहा है जिनका मैं फैन भी नहीं हूँ. साला इतना फ्रस्ट्रेट हो रहा है मेरे को अंदर से. मैं हमेशा से वेस्ट की साइड लेता आया हूँ और ये इतनी घटिया टुच्ची किस्म की आर्गुमेंट है. वेस्ट में वो पढ़ा था, पता नहीं वो न्यूज करेक्ट है कि नहीं, आई डोंट नो. स्टूडेंट्स को बोल रहे हैं जाने को. अरे स्टूडेंट्स ने क्या किया रशियंस ने यार? उनकी क्या गलती है? थर्ड क्लास लोग हैं यार.
मोस्ट लाइकली उनमें से आधे जो बेचारे रशिया के बाहर पढ़ रहे हैं और रशिया से भाग के गए होंगे कि यार जान बची, कम से कम पुतिन से हमारी जान बची.
सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज शाम, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट और सिग्निफिकेंट न्यूज ये है, ओम प्रकाश कल्ला आज से पढ़ा भी नहीं जा रहा. 92 वर्ष पहले राजस्थान के चूरू जिले में राजगढ़ तहसील के पास 2 किलोमीटर पूरब की ओर बड़गढ़ के पास स्थित पुनिया की खाड़ी से पुतिन के जात परदादा स्वयं श्री रामेश्वर पुनिया जी रूस जाकर बस गए थे. कालांतर में अपभ्रंश और भाषाई असमानता के चलते रशियन उच्चारण में पुनिया को पुतिन कहा गया. आज उन्हीं के पोते पुतिन जी जाट समाज के गौरव और रूस के राष्ट्रपति श्री बलदेव राम पुनिया व्लादिमीर पुतिन
बलदेव राम पुनिया